welcome back to my channel. My name is Amelia. Let's take the headphones out. My name is Amelia. I upload weekly vlogs, lifestyle videos, a lot of book videos recently, and talk about theatre. I do want to get into like theatre talking videos, so like kind of like theatre, my review of a theatre show. So I'm making plans. I'm taking a notebook with me to work tomorrow for that reason, but that's not really part of this video. Before you get into it, if you do enjoy this video or any of my other videos, please give it a thumbs up, please comment down below, please subscribe. I would love it if you join my little family. I'm really working hard on getting more content up for you guys. And without further ado, let's just get on with it, because it's going to be like it's another vlog, but it's not a normal weekly vlog. It is a reading vlog. It's not 24 hours of reading because I don't have time for that at the moment. I just don't. But it is reading 2.5 books for me. And the reason I say 2.5 is because I am halfway through Archer's Voice. Like I'm 53% of the way through it, but now I just want to I'm continuing to read, but I wanted to vlog the rest of it. So I am going to do that, and then I'm going to read 2 other books. I'm not sure which ones yet. Looking at my TBR, it could possibly be Beach Read by Emily Henry, and maybe Spanish Love Deception, or It Happened One Summer, or it's The Fine Print. It's between those 4. I just said 4, but it'll be Beach Read, probably Beach Read, because I really want to read that one next, I think. Or I think I want to read, I don't know. We're going to get to it. But I'm going to read, I'm watching a video now, and then I'm going to put my little music playlist on and do some more reading. I need to get my tabs and stuff so I can read some of this before I go to my rehearsals tonight. And yeah, I'm just going to keep you updated. So far, I'm on chapter 20, so I've read 19 chapters of this book, and so far what's happened is Bree moved to Maine, Pelion in Maine, to forget some like history that's happened at home and the death of her father. And then she meets Archer, who is not deaf, he just can't speak because of an accident that happened when he was younger. Which I think there's still a lot of that to learn about, because we've heard some stuff about it, but not as much. And they've met, and it's complicated. Like they've ended up like falling for each other, and it's really cute. I'm actually really attached to their relationship. I'm just like, oh, it's just adorable, because I think because he's like kind of helpless, if that makes sense. Like he's like, he sounds like such a sweet boy, such a, I don't know, like timid boy that, yeah, it's just, I really don't want to see him get hurt. And the chapter I just ended on, he went to a club with his cousin who he hadn't spoken to in years, but because of Bree they started speaking. But his cousin has basically been kind of like riling him up to do things that he probably doesn't want to do, and he does it because he says he thinks it's what's right to do, what he should do. So yeah, it's I'm intrigued to see what the next chapter's going to bring. I'm going to eat my cheesecake, watch this video, and then probably start reading, and I will put time lapse for a bit. I feel the reason I need to explain why I wanted to vlog is because I always read and I always want to talk to someone about my books and like just talk about it. I don't really have many people who I have friends with who are readers or who would read these kind of books or would go out. If I say to them it's a really good book, I recommend it, they might go, okay, can I borrow it? But it's never usually goes that far. So I wanted just to chat to you guys about it. So that's what I'm doing. I might as well make content out of reading. So I need to look for a playlist. Well, I've got a playlist on my Spotify somewhere. Where is it? I just like to listen to like some. I've got a playlist. It's a playlist I found on Spotify, so I'm gonna put that on. I've got my tabs and my sticky notes here for like I say annotating. I haven't really annotated much in here, or I just like tab and then I put on like, if there's something I want to write, if it's something small, then I will put a little note like I put on here. It just says like, this one says trust your gut, because he was like thinking something's going to go wrong or something's not going to go great or it's not going to be a good night, and it wasn't exactly a good night. So I'm going to try and read chapter 20 before I head to I think I can. Like, it's not that many pages left. It's like that much. So I can read chapter 20 before I go to rehearsals. I've got an hour, so that's enough time to probably read more than one chapter, but we'll see. I've just read 2 chapters of this and oh my god, Archer, this man who has never been in love before, never done anything like that with a woman before, it's just, he's so, I just love him, okay? I don't care, like, I understand he can't speak, but the way he is acting, it's just, it's beautiful. He's gorgeous. Him and Bree were not talking for a while because of what happened at the club, but he still turned up. It was a thunderstorm and Bree hates thunderstorms. And he just turned up so she had someone to protect her so she wouldn't feel alone. And I was just like, oh my god, this is a man I want. Oh, I love him. I am obsessed. This book is good. I'm gripped. Definitely some graphicness, but it's really good. I'm enjoying it. I am going to take a break though because I've got to leave in a few minutes, like in 25 minutes, and I need to find my gym leggings to go to rehearsals in, so I'm going to stop reading until I get home from rehearsals now. Hey, I should not be doing this right now because it's nearly midnight and I need to sleep. I've got work tomorrow. And today's been a hectic day because I left my phone in an Uber. I left the phone in an Uber, lost it for about 5 hours, went through panic and all the emotions you can think of, and then I managed to get my phone back, which I'm very, very grateful for. That Uber driver, I don't even know how much more I can thank him. Like, he literally, I don't think he realised how much he saved my life. Well, not saved my life, but saved my day and made my day today. Like, oh, that. He deserves all the good karma, like he's a freaking good guy. And I don't care what this is. Anyway, this is not a vlog, this is a reading vlog. So I'm going to stop talking because the only reason I need to do this is because I need to update you. I'm going to put you down and kneel on the floor because I'm a bit of an emotional wreck from this book. I'm not going to lie. So, I spent the evening not like really wanting to do anything, so I decided just to sit and read because I was like, it's a good de-stressor, and it has been, but oh my god, I'm emotional. I finished Archer's Voice, and there was a moment where I actually thought Archer was dead. Like, I even put, there's a sticky tab that says fuming because I was genuinely fuming at it. Yeah, literally fuming. Because I thought they killed him off. I was like, no, but they didn't. I really like this book. I gave it 4.5 stars. I think it's really good. I felt like when Archer, it's a spoiler note, but Archer wrote a letter to Bree and left to go and like basically kind of like find himself because he hasn't really done that and he'd been too scared to do anything, and now he knew in order to love Bree he needed to go and be his own man first. And I felt like he was doing the right thing for himself, even though Bree probably couldn't see it at the time. But I love it. Archer is literally my dream man. I need a man like him. This book and then the epilogue, oh, that was beautiful. Loved it. Absolutely loved this book. 4.5 stars. Unfortunately couldn't give it a 5 stars as much as I wanted to. I can't. But 4.5 stars is close to enough for me. I love it. So tomorrow I will be choosing the next book to read for this reading vlog. Okay, it's not actually part of the reading vlog, but it is. I'm putting it in the reading vlog, but I'm not reading it yet because it's not part of my top shelf TBR yet. But I picked up Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I was gonna wait because I was like, I'm not really sure if I care enough about it. But then I realised I do. It's Taylor Jenkins Reid. I can't not get it, even though it's hardback, which is obviously not my favourite type of book to read, but I'll accept it because it's Taylor Jenkins Reid. But yeah, I picked that up from WH Smith for $10.99 instead of $16.99, so I thought that's not that bad. And it was better than Amazon, so that's why I picked it up. Time has come when I want to read, and it's really hard. I can't actually pick a book to read. So ideally, I'm picking from these up to the fine print. I was thinking Twisted Love, because I've heard good things about it, but I want to get through a few of these before I get to anything that's down here, because this is what I want to finish before the end of the year. As much as I know I'm like already reading this one, so I could go back into it, I'm not really ready to read that. Not ready to read the Harry Potter book, because it's just, I need to know. I'm really, I think it's going to be this one. I really think it's going to be leaning towards that one, but I'm also leaning towards this one, and this one, and this one. I feel like, though, I should wait till a bit, end of September for that one, because it's more I don't know. I'm scared I'm going to get put into a reading slump because I've not read something like this before, but it does sound good. But then, I kind of feel like I want to read this one. Just because it's different. It looks different, but also looks good. Okay, I've made a decision, and I'm going with The Fine Print as my next read. I do want to read it House on Summer within this vlog, so I think it'll be the last book of the vlog. Because I'm going to do 2.5 books in this reading vlog, as I mentioned. But I feel like because I've had this one for longer, I also think because, I don't know, I feel like I'm going to get too hyped up about the idea of what happened one summer, and after reading Archer's voice, I just think I'll be too excited for that one to think it's going to be as amazing. It's not the same, but yeah, so I think this is different. I don't see much about it, even though I know it's popular. I haven't actually seen as much about it as I have this one. So I'm going to read this one start next. So I'm going to go get myself set up and ready to read for the night. I probably won't time lapse it right now because it's just effort to try and find a place for my camera. But I will try and update you. I'm going to try and read a chapter or two tonight before I head to bed, before work tomorrow. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm actually excited to start reading. But I really do miss Archer's voice. I really miss reading it. I just loved it so much. Love that at the beginning there is a playlist, and they've got some good songs on this playlist, like Take a Chance on Me. Oh, what was the one I've seen? Bubbly. Can't Help Falling in Love. 34 plus 55. Are You Mine? Some good songs. Landslide. White Horse. Some good songs. I've got my favourite film on, The Hobbit, and I'm about to start reading. Probably only going to read one chapter though, because I am getting tired, so probably not going to read for long. Good. Okay. I feel like I need to update you as a part of the reading vlog because I didn't actually haven't updated you for a while, but I am now obviously reading fine print. I'm about to start. What chapter am I on now? I'm on chapter 5. So I read 3 chapters on the train yesterday up to London. My bag kind of ruined the book a little bit, which really annoyed me a little bit, but it's fine. I'm about to start reading chapter 5. I'm actually going to read a chapter a bit now to wake myself up a little bit while I'm waking myself up. I'm going on my computer at the moment. I'm feeling it. I don't want to go on it. And I'm just gonna. I'm really enjoying this book so far. It's really good. In the first few chapters, Rowan is taking over the company of Dreamland, and then you meet Zara, who is the girl in the book, and they have this feisty start meeting. I feel like it's gonna be a bit of an enemies to lovers kind of. Okay, it's been a while since I've done a reading vlog, but I have read a bit more of this book since the last part of this vlog. But I'm now about on chapter, I think it's chapter 9. Hold on. Yeah, chapter 9 of the fine print. Zara has submitted a proposal and it got accepted by Rowan, and now we're going on to see what happens. So I'm excited to read this. So I'm going to be reading some of this tonight. computer. But I have spent today. I've been feeling a bit rubbish, so so I decided to read for a bit. I was gonna time lapse it, but I didn't. But I am like, I want to say around 50% of the way through the fine print, and I am actually kind of determined to finish it tonight. Like, I think I might have to step and finish it because I need to know what happens. It's so good. Like, Rowan was texting as Scott to Zara, so and basically now Zara just found out who it actually is, and it's dramatic. They've kissed twice now, and I just like I'm really enjoying it. Like, I wouldn't say it's my favourite book I've read this year, and it is probably leaning towards the 4-star mark, but I'll say the 3.75 to 4-star mark, but it's a good book. I need to know what happens now, so I wonder if I'll try and finish it tonight, so that's the plan. But yeah, it's really good so far. The dynamic between the two of them is just great. I think the way Zara has kind of changed him in some ways as well. Like, Zara mentioned about the wages and how, like, they can't afford stuff, and then he's like given his assistant like her bonus early so she could help pay for like her husband's medical stuff, medical bills. I'm like, the little things like that is everything. So hopefully I'll finish this today, if not tomorrow, but I do need to finish it soon. Again, I am finishing a book at the time when I really shouldn't be. It's like nearly 1 o'clock in the morning, and I have just finished the fine print. I told myself I was going to finish it tonight, and I couldn't put it down. It was so good. I gave it a 4.5 stars. I think it was just a really good story. Zara and Rowan's relationship was just, it was good, it was intense. I felt like it was giving me 50 Shades of Grey vibes in the way of like the fact that Christian Grey had like money and Anna didn't. But it was just obviously not like as BDSM and like dominant and submissive, and not as cheesy as 50 Shades of Grey. So yeah, I absolutely love this book. So yeah, the next book I'm not entirely sure. I think it might be Happy One Summer, but I might change my mind. So join me tomorrow when I pick out my next book for this vlog and the last book for this vlog. I'm going to go to bed now because I am shattered and I have work tomorrow. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, I'm going to talk about the fine print because this book was, I went in with I'd seen it all over TikTok, and I'd seen it for like at the beginning of the year, a lot of people were talking about it, and then it just kind of disappeared off the radio. I didn't come on my TikTok or anything for a long time, and I just kind of like, I wouldn't say I forgot about it, because as soon as I saw it in Waterstones and Croydon, I picked up both of them. Not that I hadn't even read the first one, I just picked up both of them. Was like, I'm gonna like it. I didn't know if I'd like it or not. I actually thought, okay, and I went in thinking, did I make the right decision to choose this one over It Happened One Summer? I didn't actually tab it as much as I'd hoped. I actually wanted to, but I got too engrossed in the book to keep tabbing, so I'm probably one day going to reread it to tab it a bit more, but I'm obviously not going to reread it at the moment. But this book was a lot better than I expected. I gave it a 4.5 stars. It was really hard not to give it a 5 stars, but I didn't even give Archer's Voice the 5 stars, and that book lived with me even whilst reading this book. Like, it's still there. I can just still feel the emotions I felt when reading that book. So I can't like justify giving this a 5 stars if I didn't even give that one a 5 stars. But this book was about Rowan and Zara. Rowan's grandfather owned the fairground. I'll say fairground. It's a theme park. That's the word I'm thinking of. Theme park Dreamland, and his grandfather passed away, and he gave all 3 of his grandsons different roles to do in order to get the will and get like their share of the money, and they all 3 of them wanted it more because they didn't want their dad getting any of it, so they were working hard to it. And this story tells the story of Rowan, which is one of the brothers. He got the director role of the company, which at first he didn't want. He didn't want to be the director of Dreamland. He didn't really like it. It gave him some bad memories of his childhood. But over time he starts to like it because of one person specifically, and that is Zara, who She works at Dreamland. You start seeing her as a book of beauty and a beautician of one of the one of the rides, or well, not really a ride, but areas of the theme park. And then, as time goes by, she drunkenly submits a creative proposal, like a proposal for a design, and then gets put onto the creators team by Rowan to try and, you know, like renovate parts of the theme park. And over time, you see from the beginning, from the time Zara meets Rowan to the time when, like, to the future when she started working at the creators and like their future, that they have this, like, I wouldn't say banter because it's not really banter, but like it's kind of like an enemies to lovers kind of thing. They're like very, she says things and he says things, and they're just very, yeah, I don't know what the word is, but I know what I'm thinking of. And over time they get a connection and they have a kiss after one of the meetings, and then he tries to ignore it happen, and over time he can't, and then he starts texting her as Scott, pretending to be Scott who did the drawing for her but wasn't, and the intensity, their relationship was everything. And I do love how she wasn't as easy to forgive him. Like, she was adamant to, like, not give him another chance until she went to that board meeting and had to do the vote, and then she was like, she saw things he did and heard him out after that, and then it was very, like, it was a cute moment. And then the way he actually gave himself over to love, I was like, this is adorable. And the fact that he gave up the idea of being CFO and instead just stayed as director of Dreamland, I thought that's great. And there's like 2 epilogues, and he's a dad, and it's just adorable. And they're married, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, it got 4.5 stars from me. I have one more book on this reading vlog, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think it's between, well, it was between 3, then it was between 4, now it's between like 5. Actually, no, it's not. It is between 4 because I've taken How to Kill Your Family out of that mix, and I'm gonna read that like in October, I think, because it's not dark, it's just different, and I thought that. So it's between Love and Other Words, Spanish Love Deception, Beach Read, and It Happened All in Summer. I think it's gonna be Love and Other Words just because I'm really craving another Christina Lauren book, but I'm also not sure if I'm ready for that one to be over. But yeah, it's between Love and Other Words, I think, and It Happened One Summer, so I'm going to make my decision later on today. Okay, I have made a decision for my next book. I'm about to start reading. I'm going to put Harry Potter. I'm going to finish this YouTube video first, then I'm going to put Harry Potter on. I am actually going to, so I'm going to shave this off of my little shaver thing that's on my thing in a minute. Then I'm going to put a face mask on, I think, in about 10 minutes, because I really feel like I'm a pamper night. And I'm going to start reading, and I'm obviously going to watch Harry Potter and A Goblet of Fire because that's the next one on my thing. I'm having kind of like a Harry Potter marathon now that it's autumn. I think I have one at least once a month. Please don't judge, but it's my obsession and I can't help it. It's also one of those ones that I can just have on in the background whilst I'm doing other things, or I can read whilst it's on. I'll probably stop it halfway through and I'll put Bridgerton on for a bit anyway, because, yeah. I was so close to choosing Bridgerton as the book to read for next, so I can continue reading it, but I'm still not really feeling like reading that book. So the book I've chosen is Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I've only read one of her books. I've read The Honeymooners, and I absolutely loved it, and I've heard good things about it, so I have going to read this one next, and I'm very excited. I've got all my tab stuff here, and yeah, I'm gonna get on with reading this. I'm very excited. It's a Friends to Lover book. It's about Elliot and Macy, who I'm guessing were friends. I've read the back before for a video, but I don't really remember much of it. So yeah, I remember when I said when I was choosing between It Happened One Summer and The Fine Print, that It Happened One Summer was going to be the next book I read. Well, no, it wasn't. The problem with having too many books is I have too many to choose from, and to be honest, it was so hard not to choose the Colleen Hoover book I've got on my list of books to read, which is Never Benign. I will probably read that next because I can get through Colleen Hoover books very quickly because she is something else. So I'm very excited to give this a read, and I will try to take you along the journey a bit more than I did with the last two, Because I didn't vlog as much the last two, so I'm going to try and get going on with the journey. But yeah, I'm watching this YouTuber read the Addicted to You book, the first one of the Addicted series, and I made myself a decision for my Christmas present to myself. I'm going to buy myself the Addicted series, all the books. Because I've listened to the first one, but I want to tab it and I want to annotate it. And I would rather read the other ones. Okay, so I don't know if I was recording then, but I've read the prologue, literally like 5 pages, and I feel already emotional today. I've got a face mask on, which is why my face is a bit weird. But I'm already sad, like, her mum died, and she said she's never gonna feel love. She doesn't want to feel love because of the way of, like, having to lose someone you love, she doesn't want to go through it. And, like, how crazy is that her dad just brought a holiday home, so when, like a weekend home, anytime they needed to get away, so she wasn't stressed, because her mum wrote a list of things to do for her and for Macy, and yeah, it's exciting. And at the end of the prologue, it literally goes, and I'm sorry spoilers, but nor could Dad have known that my whole world would end up next door, held in the palm of a skinny nerd named Elliot Lewis Petropoulos. And I'm intrigued already, and it's only the prologue, and I don't usually like prologues because they sometimes go on forever, but I'm excited. We're on the now, which is, I'm guessing, now time, and then there's a then, so there's 2 perspectives. I'm excited. Okay, I am on chapter, I think it's chapter 3. Well, it's another chapter, so it's just a second then. I am on page 31. I've just read the first 2 chapters. No, actually, I just read 2 chapters. So I'm on chapter 4. Honestly, like, I read the now when she bumped into Elliot on a bus. That was what I last read yesterday. Then you saw when they first met in the open house, and now I just read them first meeting again after 11 years. And honestly, because you don't know what he did, it's really frustrating because you just don't know why she's so angry at him and why she's not talking to him. But there's a line, she doesn't say it to him, but she thinks it. It goes, "He's my person, he's always been my person, my best friend, my confidant, probably the love of my life." And it just hit me because it's like, what did he do to make you hate him so much then? But yeah, I'm having a reading evening, so I'll read a few more chapters probably before I go to sleep, and I will see how I feel from that. It's good. Because I don't know what's happening, it's a bit slow still for me, but it's only 3 chapters in, so still time to go. Okay, we're 15% of the way through this, and I've read a bit more, and I've actually tabbed quite a bit already, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm enjoying it. I think it's really good, and I'm thinking, like, I like both sides. Like, so you get the then and you see them, it's a cute friend's story and it's adorable, and then you get the now, which is completely angsty, and like, she's engaged to be married and technically gonna be a stepmom to a 6-year-old girl, and her fiance is 40 something and she's in her 20s. Fair enough. Well, she is still in love with her childhood best friend. Like, no. And Elliot just came to the hospital and saw her and said that he broke up with his girlfriend the night before after seeing her for the first time in 11 years because he still loved her. And she's basically just said, no, this can't happen because I'm getting married. yeah, I want to read more, but I need to sleep because I've got work tomorrow and I'm tired. So I'm really happy with this, but I am planning to film a video. I got an idea from someone I was watching it. Reading my favourite booktuber's favourite books. I've asked 4 people and 2 of them have got back to me, and both of the 2 people I messaged, which I will say in when I start that video, because it'll probably be after payday, because I have a feeling for ones I'm going to choose I might have to buy some of them because I haven't got them, but I want to do this video. But the 2 that have got back to me so far both said Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. So I'm obviously reading it now, so I can't read it for that video. But I'm really they said they really liked it, so that is gonna be a good sign. I've actually messaged 5 people, but I'm probably gonna choose from the 4. We'll see if anyone gets back to me. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this book. I think it's a good book so far. I am liking you get the then and the now, and you get the angst and then the happy heart. It's good. I don't know who I'm liking right now. I think I'm liking Macy at the moment for the way she is. Like, she sticks to her ground, but I think I need to know why they stopped, what broke them apart, because it's just annoying now. Okay, first of all, we brought out the hoodie. I haven't worn this for a while, but it's getting fucking freezing. Excuse the language, but oh my god, it's so cold. I'm a little bit bunged up, so the plan for the evening until I fall asleep is to read. So we're obviously reading Love and Other Words. I'm already really excited for the next reading vlog because I have got 4 books planned for the next one, but I'm very, very excited. But anyway, this is obviously I'm reading this. I'm about to start on page 69. I've got my tabs in here ready. I've got black Make-God Hearts because I'm hungry. I've got water. I might get a hot chocolate. I'm not sure. Or another tea. I do not know. And I'm about to put Birds of Prey on because I haven't watched it for a while, and I just feel like putting it on. 23% of the way through. Not much has happened. I found it really sweet. He gave Elliot getting back in like the flashback, kind of like back when they first met when they were like younger. Elliot gave Macy the Bridge of Terabithia book, and it made me want to cry because that film, I never read the book, but I loved that film. When I was growing up, that was my comfort film. It was just so comforting. It was just sad, but I loved it. And they had a song, and Anna Sophia Robb sang it, like Eyes Wide Open, Keep Your Eyes Wide Open, or something like that. And I kind of want to find it on YouTube now. But anyway, it's really good so far. I find it really cute. I'm finding like both sides really cute. There was a time when she was in the now, so when they're adults, she found his sister-in-law and got his number from her, and they're gonna meet for dinner. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. I'm gonna eat another baked tart. I changed to La La Land because it was less distracting over Birds of Prey. So yeah, I'm gonna try and read a bit more before I head to bed tonight because I really want to get a bit further into this book, I think, tonight. So yeah. I'm gonna update the reading vlog because I'm about to read for quite a bit this morning, because not that I'm feeling like rubbish, but I'm like just kind of having a relaxing morning before rehearsals. I'm just gonna put Harry Potter on, and I'm gonna read some more of Love and Other Words. I read a couple of chapters yesterday. They met up for dinner and was like talking about their history. I really just need to know what happened. Like, they had an argument as far as it sounds, and then she just gave them time, and then that time turned into 11 years, but I'm not sure why. So I'm really intrigued. So yeah, I'm gonna watch some Harry Potter. I've got some chocolate dips here and a cereal bar because I bought it for my breakfast. And I've got some water. So we're gonna stay hydrated today because I need to. And we're gonna read. I'm really enjoying this. You know, one thing I'm feeling is this year, I told myself I feel like I'm obsessed with 2 things: theatre and reading. And when I say theatre and obsession, I've always loved theatre, but I hadn't gone to the theatre for so long that suddenly this year I've gone so many times that I'm like, I am obsessed with it. But anyway, let's get on with it. On page 194 now, and there is literally a line. I think this is not going to be a spoiler-free vlog, so I don't know what I'm saying. But it goes, "I fooled around with Emma because she's here," he said quietly. "You're in Berkeley and we're not together, and I'm in the tiny podunk town. Who else am I supposed to kiss?" Like, if there isn't anything obvious that someone has feelings for you, then I just can't. It's just. It's still probably, this is like literally the flashback part. I think I like this book, I do, and I think it's really good, but I think it's quite slow, and it's taken a while to get into actually what happened and why they stopped talking. And also I feel like Sean is gonna get played, and I feel not that I actually like Sean. I don't care for Sean. I don't really know who he is. Like, I don't think you got to know who he is as a character in this book, so I don't really care that much about him. But I do feel sorry for him getting led on. He's got a kid, and he's kind of being led on now that Elliot's back in her life. So yeah, I feel sorry for him in that way. They had a picnic at the park, and it was kind of awkward in some ways, but yeah, I'm gonna finish reading this chapter. I think they're about to kiss, so I'm excited. When I say excited, I'm gonna read their first kiss and her first kiss, and I do really like Macy. I think she's very relatable. She's saying she didn't have her first kiss until 16. I had my first kiss at 22. At 21, even. Coming 22. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm 52% of the way through this book now. So I made it to the halfway point, and we've had the bit where they've kissed, and they've technically said I don't really know if they said their boyfriend and girlfriend at the end of the chapter when maybe your best ever think should be your boyfriend, and then she goes maybe, and he goes maybe. So technically think they're boyfriend and girlfriend. And she's just basically had an intervention from Sabrina about Sean, and she's sleeping on the couch because she needs to decide what she wants. Personally, I think she just let him go because it's quite clear who she wants, and it's not Sean. As much as Sean sounds great, I think Sean is a bit boring for her. I think it's just easy and it's safe, but it's not really right. Okay. Oh, what have I just stopped on? I have just finished Love and Other Words. This book, it was good. It is a really good book, but I'm giving it, and I'm saying it now, a 3.5 stars. It needed to make it to 4, but I'm going to give it a 3.75. I'll give it 3.75 stars because one bit literally upped it by a slight amount, but I've tabbed it quite a lot. I actually even highlighted things in this book because it hit me, and I think it was good. I did love it. I'm not gonna say I'm a massive Friends to Lovers fan because I think it can be a bit but this didn't give me cringy Friends to Lovers vibes. I actually really liked hearing their story, like the then and the now. It was just very good. The bit where, so you finally find out what made Macy stopped talking to Elliot. Yeah, I don't know why I had to question that. You finally find out what made Macy stop talking to Elliot for 11 years, and at first I was like, okay, this is a bit too dramatic. You do not need to. I understand it hurt him, but you don't need to give him 11 years of silent treatment to then suddenly welcome him back and be so happy to see him. Sorry, I stopped my tea getting cold. And then you hear what happened, Macy's dad passes away. Basically, Macy and her dad comes out to see her after letting her drive out to see Elliot, to then find out that Elliot had basically slept with Emma, or Emma had slept with Elliot, and at New Year's, and she was meant to call her dad to say she got there, and she didn't, so he drove out to see her to make sure she was okay, and she got there, and then they were driving home. He drove her home, and they got in a car accident, and Macy survived, her dad didn't, and that was the reason she stopped talking to Elliot. And when you read that, it did make me think, okay, now it makes a lot of good reasons, because the whole reason that his dad was down there in the first place was because Macy didn't call her dad when she arrived, and Macy didn't call her dad because she was too hurt by Elliot. So it was kind of like she didn't want to deal with that, but she's not actually blamed Elliot for it. But yeah, but the story was cute, and it ended on a happy ever after, obviously. But I think because I just think it was a bit, it's just, I don't know how to describe the reason I'm going at 3.75. I'm not obsessed with it, like I like it, but I wouldn't say I'd go back and read it again for the first time, like I'm not hooked on it. So yeah. And that actually leads us to the end of this vlog. So for this vlog, this video, I read 2.5 books technically. I read the rest of Archer's Voice, I read The Fine by Mia Sheridan, I read The Fine Print by Lauren Asher, and then I read Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I will say I love each and every one of these authors' writing styles. Definitely love Christina Lauren. This is the second book I've read of theirs, and their writing style is amazing. Lauren Asher's writing style, I loved it. The different point of views, obviously I loved that part. And Archer's Voice, we all knew I loved that. I actually think I might have to up that to 5 stars because it did something to me, that book, and I can't stop thinking about it to the point where I think it needs to be put to 5 stars because it's just, I can't stop thinking about it. Like, I literally vividly remember the whole book, so I think it's going to go for a 5 stars, so I'm going to have to change that. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, please comment down below, and please subscribe. I will be back soon with probably another reading video because I am reading books that my favourite booktubers, their favourite books, yeah, next. And I think I'm going to start today, either today or, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go, and I'll see you again very soon.